savage. Serranos and hippos and mammoths. The hero was coming, I'm locked in. You know that I'm winning, I'm top 10. You know that I came from the dog pen. You want it, you get it, you drop dead. The rebel who came from the bottom. My enemies know that I got it. I'm planting my seeds in gardens, then watching them sprout and harvest. The greatest was always in my plans. Battle the kid is white flags. Not on my level where I stand. Got it, I'm shooting a hot hand. Out of the gym, I was locked out. I failed, the kid was a dropout. I changed the game and it's up now. The city they need me is clear now. The people is giving the damage. The people is giving the Sandman, I can tap dance through the energy blast. Run flat, never pop your orbit. I keep energy in storage. I see spinning the globe, my fingertip itch. If I could pluck the earthquake hit. Look at the wrist, look at your body, I shake it and shift. Big fish in a small pond. Godzilla with a boot on. I step into your lawn. Turn skyscrapers into croutons. Hit the button going high speed. Need a megaphone to announce me. I move through the pygmies in the top pick. Got a big fleece. Sit back, better breathe deep. Look around and they looking at me. 10 toes still never defeat. Push button never needed a key. I see they ain't ready for me. Hot boy still 100 degrees. I cross eyes and I dotted the T's. E&D till I leave in peace. The people is giving the damage. The people is giving the The people is giving the damage. The people is giving the
N10 Saturday afternoon hoops. Bucyrus travels to Upper looking for that elusive first win. You'll be able to watch it all live and free on the OH Report next.
Hi, I'm Joe Baylog. Tune into The Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the OH Report.
Trust our experienced team for seamless program management. Wide garment selections for various industries. Kimmel Corporation offers top quality products and services at the best value. Rent or buy with confidence. Kimmel Corporation is the company for you.
First Federal Community Bank is excited to offer the Ohio Home Buyers Plus program, and it's meant to offer an above-market interest rate to help the potential home buyer in their journey towards home ownership.
We've got great rates, especially for first-time home buyers. Here at First Federal Community Bank, we are here to make the home buying experience smooth and stress-free.
As a community bank, we're excited to offer this account to help fulfill the dream of owning a home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Josh Banks welcomes you inside the mountaintop, Upper Sandusky, Ohio, joined alongside again by Abrham Kaple for an N10 Saturday afternoon showdown between the home Upper Sandusky Lady Rams and the visiting Bucyrus Lady Red. Should be a fun one, should be an entertaining one. Bucyrus, just like their boys last night, looking for that elusive first win of the season. It's going to take a lot as they're short numbers, they're young, they're going to have to handle pressure to come out with a win today, Abram.
You know, it's almost like I heard you say that before. Almost an exact mirror image of last night's contest on the boys' side. Bucyrus with a mix of a lot of youth, it looks like here with their roster, kind of trying to get that first win. In Upper Sandusky, on the other hand, one game back of Colonel Crawford out of first place, lives on pressure, a lot of experience, and we'll try to feast on the youth that Bucyrus brings.
Yeah, and it's going to take a lot. They're going to have to really get things figured out. Again, I feel like it's a reiteration of everything we talked about last night. They're going to have to figure it out on the offensive side of things. They come in only averaging 34 points per game.
Yeah, 34 a game.
So you're not going to win very many basketball games when you're averaging 34 and you're giving up 50.
Yeah. And there's a lot to be said with that, but I think you're right. The ability to make shots is going to be important, and that's, easier said than done. It's easy for us to say sitting up here, but, seeing the ball go through the basket a few times early could bode really well for the Redmen.
And we'll take a look at a team spotlight. I apologize, everybody. You're going to see, again, it's coming up as a Mohawk. This is Bucyrus, led by head coach Brian Siebert. They're 0-9 overall, 0-5 in the conference. Again, averaging 34.6 points per game while allowing 49.4. So that's a 15-point swing. They've only had one game in those first 9 where they lost by 2 games where they lost by single digits. Everything else has been a double-digit loss. They're going to have to really bounce back tonight, find something to do offensively. And I'm going to go ahead and talk about a player spotlight. The information didn't say for Bucyrus. We're going to spotlight senior Marissa Middleton. She leads the team in scoring at 9.6 points per game. She averages 4 rebounds, 4 assists.
Yeah, she's kind of the do-it-all for them, and one stat you left out is 3.5 steals as well. So, you know, Marissa, a 3-year letter winner, obviously working on her 4th letter, is going to have to carry the bulk of the load today for Bucyrus in order for them to have a chance to win and be competitive against Upper Sandusky.
On the flip side of things, Upper Sandusky comes in at 6-2, 3-1 in conference play. That one loss, a close loss to Crawford, who leads the N10 right now. They score it well, but defensively, they give up 42.6. So they come in averaging 45. They give up 42. So it's only a 3-point differential for Upper Sandusky.
Yeah, and you know, Coach Vent would like that margin to be a little bit bigger, but, you know, they do have the ability to score. It looks like they have a little bit more balanced scoring than maybe what they had last year. I was able to talk to Grace Walton last night, and she said that's been a huge, stressor off her plate is being able to distribute a little bit more. Addie Newman's playing well. Ellie Ham, who we're going to get to in a bit, has had a really strong start to the season. So Upper Sandusky's balance is pivotal, and it gives them the ability to score into the 50s, things like that, which, you know, Bucyrus has been unable to do so far this year.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and talk about our spotlight for Upper Sandusky. It is going to be Ellie Ham. She averages 7.8 points per game to go along with 4.8 rebounds or 6.5 rebounds and almost 2 steals a game. But we're going to send it down to the floor for the anthem, and then we'll come back to Ellie. As they get ready to announce the starters for both squads, we'll go back to talking about our spotlight, Ellie Ham. She's doing everything right this year. You talked about Grace. I think we've all spoke with Grace at some point, and she's really happy to, kind of like you said, she gets to be that assist person this year. She gets to move the ball around. She's still going to run off the doubles. She's still going to run 3 miles a game, but there's not as much on her shoulders offensively this year.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Grace is averaging 13. Ellie Ham is averaging 7.8. Romick is averaging 7.
Off the bench, mind you, as their 6th.
Right, and Addie Newman is at 9.5. So, you kind of look at that. You got 2 almost in double figures. Well, 2, I'll call it double figures. You got 2 more at 7 a game. You got a lot of balance, and that, it has been beneficial for Grace as the reigning N10 player of the year. And one thing that you didn't know when we're talking about Ellie Ham is she leads the league in field goal percentage, right? At 58.7 is the percentage. So shooting 59% from the floor. She's also in the leaders in terms of 3-point percentage. 5 of 13, not a ton of data there, but the ability for a post player to be able to step out, space the floor, knock down open shots, is a direct result of her success and Upper Sandusky's team success. I was texting Jerry yesterday, and he said their 3 losses are a combined 25-1, right? So they have 3 losses that are all by single digits. to a combined record of 25-1. So a couple, possessions here and there, Upper Sandusky could be undefeated.
Absolutely, it could be undefeated, and it's one of those things where, we're going to kind of pick your brain a little bit here. If you're Coach Siebert, again, you're looking for that elusive first win. You've struggled offensively. You know what you're coming into here inside Upper Sandusky High School. It hasn't changed. What's it going to take for him and the Lady Red to kind of get win number 1 on the season?
Well, I think you just kind of got to erase what's happened this far, and you kind of approach this game as, you just one at a time. You just got to get that first one to fall. Then, things will happen from there. And like we talked about a little bit last night with the boys, is just find positives and then build off those and kind of go from there. But you just treat this game like it's game 1 of the season.
Upper wins the tip in the hands of Grace Walton. Cundiff, Walton again in the corner, gets down to Newman on the low block. Addie's done a great job in the post this year. Grace step back 3. It's going to be left off the corner of the backboard. Offensive rebound, though, for the Lady Rams. Grace, little ball fake, and she'll finish that almost every time. Grace Walton's got the first 2 of the evening. It's 2-0 Lady Rams, and here's that 1-2-2 pressure.
Yeah, in Grace's first 3 here right in front of us, it looked like she wasn't completely set, but, the confidence of, hey, I got the ball back in my hands, a little shot fake, blow by, easy 2, and then it allows them to set up their pressure like you just said.
Bucyrus with it in the corner. That's Middleton. Marissa's going to look to get inside. Kicks it out. That's a 3-ball up. No good. Attempted by Marlena Rowland, one of their leading scorers, to go along with Middleton this year. Cundiff ends up with the rebound. McCreary, Newman in the corner. Little flare screen from McCreary. Nothing doing there. Ellie Ham's going to hoist her first 3 of the afternoon. Nothing doing, but almost another offensive rebound for Addie Newman and the Lady Rams. It'll end up in the hands of Middleton, and a couple kind of forced shots, I think, almost for Upper Sandusky here in the early going.
Yeah, it looked a little rushed. She was open nonetheless had a little flare screen, and then she was open there. A good take there by Bucyrus. Looks like Upper Sandusky's playing a little bit of 2-3 zone.
As Walton's going to get all the way inside. Doesn't get it to go. Rebound by Rowland. Finds Clark. Back to Middleton. Step through. Nothing doing. Rowland left open. Instead, they'll kick it to the left wing. 3-ball up. No good. Carly Scholl unable to knock it down. Both teams 1 for their first 4. 0 for from 3 so far. 2 layups, all missed 3s.
It looks like a Saturday afternoon start, let's put it that way. So, got to shake out some rust here early on.
Newman with it up top. Ham in the corner. She'll hoist another one. Why not, Ellie? Nothing doing, but Grace gets the rebound. Cundiff. Bryn Cundiff knocks down the 3-ball. It's a good start for her. Knocks down her first shot attempt. Does Bryn.
And only her 4th made 3 of the year, but, just off the catch there, she shot that with a lot of confidence. Looked like, she's supposed to do that. So, a good look for Upper Sandusky. They force a turnover. Ellie Ham kind of leading the break here. Nobody stops the ball from Bucyrus.
Ellie Ham's got her first 2, and exactly like you just said, you get a turnover. Your big leads the break, finishes. And this pressure already starting to cause problems for the Lady Red. Rolling with it now, left wing. Scholl. Middleton is going to be kicked.
And Upper Sandusky is kind of being soft in this 2-2-1. Like, they're not super aggressive. We just saw the turnover that just happened. It happened in the front court, not necessarily the back court. 2-2-1 generally designed to eat up clock, right? But it was able to force a turnover. A quick shot there from
Scholl unable to knock that one down again. Walton's I thought she was going to walk into one. She kicks it out instead. Cundiff's left wide open.
Same spot.
Another offensive rebound. The communication there, I think, was great. Bryn Cundiff got to the block. She told Ellie Ham, hey, slip down.
Yeah, we could hear her saying from up here. A good pass, a little step through, draws the foul.
Foul's going to go on Clark. Clark, again, this Bucyrus squad the girls squad, just like the boys squad, very young. They have 2 seniors, 4 freshmen on this squad with Clark a starter. Ham's unable to knock down the first. Gottfried will come in. Her and Romick are really the 2 off the bench that have been the best contributors for Coach Vint. Ham knocks down the second. She splits the pair 8-2. 4:20 left here in quarter number 1. As Gottfried's going to pick up her first.
Now, you've seen Upper Sandusky play a few times. Now, do they generally play zone in this 2-3?
Yes.
Or is this, okay.
Yes, they're normally a zone team. I think they kind of live by the motto of, hey, if you're going to beat us, you're going to beat us from deep, a less high percentage shot, and we're going to crowd the paint.
Sure. Well, you combine that with, Bucyrus is only shooting 25% from 3 on the year.
Yep.
Bucyrus has got to find a way to, get the ball behind the zone on the baseline, find that short corner, and then a diver, not just settle for threes, right? It sounds like that's what Upper Sandusky wants them to do. It's settle right here is where you need to get the ball behind the zone, and then you can play from the inside out, get the zone to kind of rotate a little bit.
That's going to be long by Middleton. Great box out. That's Romick with the box out. They're going to call a foul. I go on Garvin. That'll be her first.
Yeah, just kind of hustled into that foul. She didn't mean to. Grace Walton kind of bobbled the pass and unfortunately forced her to pick up that foul.
Yeah, Grace did a good job of kind of getting her on that back hip when she bobbled that pass. Grace has it now, gets it to Gottfried. Romick's been a consistent shooter for him from there, and she's going to knock that one down. She's averaging 7 a game, and she shoots it at a nice clip from deep. Rolling to Garvin, to Scholl. Back to Garvin in the corner. They're going to look to attack baseline. Great drive by Garvin, nothing called.
Great job by Ellie Ham there to cut off the baseline, but be straight up and not foul that. That's tough to do.
Middleton kicks it in the corner. Garvin, the lefty, just short, but no backside box out. Middleton unable to get the free throw or the layup to go down. Ends up in the hands of Clark, so another possession here for the Lady Red.
Well, and here's the Achilles heel of playing zone. Great pass there.
How about the pass from Roland to Middleton? Again, unable to finish. Middleton was, and it's going to end up in the hands of him.
Bucyrus has had plenty of looks here inside the paint. And what I was going to say before that sequence happened is the Achilles heel of a zone is you're giving up offensive rebounds. Bucyrus has just been unable to convert.
Coach Siebert's going to take an early timeout here in quarter number 1 as it's a booming 14-2 lead on 3 triples by the Rams. It looks eerily similar to what we seen last night on the boys' side.
You said it before I did. Last night in the boys' game, Upper Sandusky was on fire. Not just the first half, the entire game from 3. And, the Lady Rams here in the first quarter knocking down 3 triples.
3 of 5. 3 of 6, I think.
Okay. So 50%. You're off to a 14-2 lead. And like I was saying, Upper Bucyrus has had some looks. You got to be able to convert those offensive rebounds and those stick-back easy ones.
It's tough, though. I mean, when you look at the stats, which we do have in front of us tonight, they're shooting 31% from 2. You're going to be hard-pressed to win games when you're shooting less than, I would say less than a 45 to 50% clip from inside the three-point line. They're shooting 31% from 2, 46% from the foul line. And, again, we talked about only 25% from deep.
Yeah, I got to be able to make shots. Now, positive here is they are getting their hands on a lot of offensive rebounds. They've probably doubled up Upper Sandusky early on in shot attempts. So there's some positives to take away here. It's just you got to be able to convert some of those, first and second chance opportunities here before this lead gets to be more than 12. Ooh, that looked inadvertent.
Definitely inadvertent on Scholl as she had the ball and swung that little elbow around.
They're
going to call it intentional.
She went over to Grace Walton, and it looked like, hey, I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't think it was intentional, but I think it's because of the movement and where she caught her at being in the head. then that's why they're going to give her the intentional there. So I don't think it was intentional by the junior Carly Scholl, but unfortunately because of the location of what happened and where the elbow went to, they're going to have to call that every time.
Sure. And, you know, Coach Siebert, I don't know if it's on camera here, but he's talking to her. You know, he's consoling her to be like, hey, listen, I know that you didn't do that intentionally. The intentional foul is just a label and what it has to be called. But, yeah, nonetheless, puts Grace Walton here at the free throw line. 2 shots, they'll get the ball back. And that's kind of the last thing Bucyrus needed here early on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Grace knocks them both down. I mean, she's shooting 62% from the stripe this year, and it's 16-2.
And it's, you know, we talked about it last night too, especially like a kid like Grace Walton. You get the ball, you get to the free throw line, you see 2 go in, and all of a sudden that rim gets bigger and bigger. And you know, so the lead goes to 14, and then you got the reigning player of the year at the free throw line getting 2 uncontested shots. We'll see if they find her here on this possession.
Great hands by Middleton there. It'll stay with Bucyrus or with Upper Sandusky, but that's great job by Middleton. It's one of those things where when you're facing a team like Upper Sandusky, you got to pick your poison, right? Addie Newman shoots it well. We're seeing Cundiff shoot it well. You know what Grace Walton's capable of. It's who do you want to give a chance to beat you on any given day, really?
Mm-hmm.
Walton has it left wing.
And Upper Sandusky's running like it's basically the Princeton offense, right? Here's like chin, back screen, flare screen, into like dribble drive actions, which is honestly identical to what we run at Tiffin.
Yeah.
And it's tough to guard. There's a lot of different actions. There's a lot of movements, especially if you're playing man-to-man defense. And like what you said with the versatility and the balance that Upper Sandusky has offensively, it's definitely a tough guard.
Romick kicks it out. That's McCreary for 3. Nothing doing. But how about Grace Walton with the hustle play? Almost comes down with the offensive rebound.
Number 14, Victoria Stang.
As Victoria Stang will check in. Again, a freshman for these Lady Red. They've got 4 of them that will see time today.
Wow. Okay. So they're what? 8, 9, 10 deep?
Honestly, from what I've talked, it looks like they play all 9. I mean, they're going to get everybody on the floor. But, again, you have 2 seniors. You've got to get these girls varsity experiences. There's going to be a foul there on McCreary. As that's Aubrey Kimmel on the floor as well. She's a sophomore.
Okay.
Her sister was a really good player at Bucyrus. You coached against her sister, and Maddie Kimmel.
Okay, that was I can kind of tell here by quick glimpse. She looks very similar to her. I like Gottfried here from Upper Sandusky.
Yep.
Has a lot of athleticism, some good length, plays really hard. So I've liked what she's done here early on. Gets her hand on that.
Ball's going to end up on the floor. Almost ends up in an over back, but we're going to have a foul called. It'll be Terrell. Or no, that's Lillian Butchko that's going to pick up the foul. Again, just a sophomore. So you look at this Bucyrus roster, they have 2 seniors, 1 junior, and they've got 5 sophomores and 4 freshmen. So really, really young squad. Again, I feel like we're having the same conversation today that we had last night when it comes to the boys' side of things. Romick, Ham in the corner, skip pass to Cundiff. Bren. Knocked away. It's Erica Rulin in the game for Upper Sandusky as Addie Newman will check back in, replacing Rulin.
Oh, Coach Vance got somebody at the table every dead ball.
He does. They're deep this year. This is one of the deeper Upper Sandusky teams that I've seen.
Sure.
As Newman's got it, we're going to have a jump ball. Possession will be with Bucyrus, but again, we're at 36 seconds left, and it's 16-2.
Mm-hmm. Well, again, a positive note here. Bucyrus has strung together a couple stops here because it's been 16-2 ever since that intentional foul.
Yes.
Just got to be able to manufacture some buckets on the offensive end. And, you know, at this point, I don't think Coach Siebert's really going to care where they come from. We just got to find something. But Upper's doing a really good job. They're kind of extending the zone. And yeah, see, they're forcing – oh, there's a loose ball picked up.
Again, Middleton unable to finish the layup, but she's going to step to the line for 2. Marissa.
Yeah, let's see if we can knock these down and kind of jumpstart us here.
65% on the year from the stripe. First one's up, knocks it down. Again, one of those where on a basketball court, you played, you've coached, you understand how this works. All it takes is seeing it go through the rim to be able to get yourself in a rhythm as she misses the second. But that's an offensive rebound. It'll end up as a jump ball, but that's a great job by the freshman staying, getting position, getting her hands on an offensive rebound. Kind of fell as she was trying to grab it. Why it ended up in that jump ball. But their hustle and effort's been there the whole game.
I mean, I bet you they have 5-6 offensive rebounds. And if you're Coach Vent, that's the one you hate to give up. I mean, offensive rebounds off missed free throws were ones that absolutely killed me. You're standing right beside the kid that you need to box out. You have inside position, and, you know, to me that's a little bit of a mental lapse. And
absolutely.
You know, Upper Sandusky's chasing a league title here, and those are things that those are must-haves. A great take there by Addie Newman.
She's up to 5, leading scorer now, and that's going to do it for the first quarter as Bucyrus leads Upper Sandusky 18-3. We'll be back for some more talk about how that first quarter went and second quarter action after this break.
Trust our experienced team for seamless program management. Wide garment selections for various industries. Kimmel Corporation offers top quality products and services at the best value. Rent or buy with confidence. Kimmel Corporation is the company for you.
Back inside the mountaintop, Josh Banks alongside Abraham Kaple in a 18-3 first quarter for the Lady Rams. Second quarter action underway. Rolling gets it outside. That's going to be Shaw attempting another one. Nothing doing, and a rebound for Ruland. She'll look to push. She's got Newman trailing in the corner, but a great feed to Ham. Ellie gets underneath. Nothing doing there. Ends up in the hands of Carly Scholl. Nothing doing. They like to trap that wing.
Well, yeah, and here's what I was going to say. They showed the first possession in man, right? As Coach Siebert's drawing up something for zone, you come out first possession, you show man, and then you come back down in a 3-2, which is a totally different zone that they showed the whole first quarter. Really good take by Grace Walton there, finishing off 2 feet, using her body, left hand. And now you're back into a 1-2-2 press. So, like we talked about, Bucyrus with a lot of youth, and then, you know, Coach Venn is showing 3 different defenses in 3 possessions. That makes it even harder, right?
Tell you what, one thing I've liked, though, Melina Rowland does a great job of finding the open player, and she throws a laser one-handed baseball pass. Cundiff going to look to step through. Nothing doing there. Middleton gets it to Clark. Clark with her first touch, gets it to Garvin. In the corner, Middleton. Back to Rowland again. They're content with just moving it around the perimeter.
There you
Great
go.
pass, Garvin. Nothing doing
there's
again. They're going to
it.
call an offensive foul on Garvin for over the top. And you just said it. It feels like there's a lid on the Bucyrus side of the basket.
I mean, that was all the way down. And then somehow it kind of bounced back up. But a great pass by Middleton. Upper settling back into that zone. And, again, they're getting it to the baseline. They're doing all the right things. And Coach Siebert's got to be happy with that, right? The execution has been there.
Ruland's going to get a wide open layup on this side as it's 22-3. Roland has it now, gets it to Clark. She'll hoist a little jumper, nothing doing there. Bucyrus has a layup that they got at the beginning of the first quarter after the Grace Walton layup and a free throw. Other than that, they are struggling from the field. Walton has it for Upper Sandusky. A little crossover dribble. Back to Grace. Grace is going to go up with that left hand again. She loves using that left hand. Ends up in the hands of Scholl.
That was about to be a crazy finish had that gone in.
Rolling. Great pass to Clark. Good ball fake, and that's going to finally go down for the Lady Reds. Savannah Clark on again. Melina Rowland with a great pass to find the open player. But there goes Grace again. She's right side. She got bumped. She tried to go up with the left hand, and she almost had another impressive finish.
Listen, she switched the ball in her hands after the foul. Like she had it in her right hand, got bumped, and then switched it to her left hand, all kind of in the air or all in motion. And just like, the boys last night, Bucyrus finally gets one to go down. They get it out of the net and boom, right back down in transition. Now, you had said this a couple possessions ago. Melina Rowland has really good vision for Bucyrus. Like she's made some really nice passes to kind of set up her teammates. Now that one they were able to convert, but you're right. She sees the floor really well. And it's kind of picking apart a little bit of the zone here for Upper Sandusky.
Upper Sandusky now 24-5 advantage, 5:15 to go. Middleton's going to get the screen from Clark up top. Back to her. Newman's going to get her hands on that one, and Addie's got to run out. And Addie Newman's going to finish, and it's a 21-point Upper Sandusky advantage.
Yeah, really good take there. Clark.
Yeah, that foul, that foul is going to go against Godfrey. Really, really aggressive.
Yep, she is. Really physical.
But again, we talked about it, and I just told you this when we were in the quarter break. I feel like we're reiterating everything we said last night. Bucyrus is getting plenty of looks. They're just not following. They're doing everything right. They're forcing turnovers. They're getting offensive rebounds. They just can't get the ball to go in the basket.
Yeah. No, listen, they're executing on offense, right? I mean, they've had some turnovers here, but for the most part, they're getting the looks that Coach Siebert is drawing up. It's just a matter of.
Roland, again, tried that little skip pass. This time it's read by Grace Walton. A great find from Grace to find Newman.
Oh.
And then how about the extra pass to Ellie Ham? Eerily similar, and this is just ball movement. It's, hey, I don't need to score it. I'm going to find the person that's open and let them score it.
Yeah, really unselfish play.
Grace comes away with another one. Hey, by the way, she does lead the N10 in steals per game this year.
Yeah, that checks out.
Ellie Ham from the corner, nothing doing. And what's interesting is Upper's knocked down 3 threes.
Yep, all early on.
Other than that, it's all been layups. They haven't made a jump shot yet, as that's going to be a Bucyrus turnover. It'll go back to Upper Sandusky. Upper Sandusky's struggling to shoot the ball just like Bucyrus is. But they're finishing the layups. They're doing the easy things that Bucyrus just can't seem to find right now.
Yeah, in the last couple of possessions for Bucyrus have been unforced turnovers. You see Coach Siebert here in the huddle. He's demonstrating what a pass fake looks like. And to be like, hey, calm down, pass fake high, throw it around them on the low side. Kind of just back to the basics of fundamentals, like you said. And a great time out there by Coach Siebert. They needed to regroup a little bit after 3 or 4 straight possessions of turnovers.
As it's a 10-2 quarter right now for Upper Sandusky, and it's again, Bucyrus just needs to see a couple go in, and it'll help get them into a rhythm. But now you've gotten to the point to where the lead is so large, it's almost, I wouldn't say insurmountable because it's high school girls basketball, but you're going to have to get a couple more stops, and you got to try to get this to 10 before half if you can. Romick, nothing doing there, but the backside offensive rebound by Ham. She'll hoist one. Ellie Ham for 3. We talked about how she can shoot it now, and she shows it right there. Her first knockdown 3 in 3 attempts.
Yeah, listen, this is the first I've seen her play this year, and I saw Upper 2-3 times last year. Drastically improved.
Yes.
Drastically improved. A lot more confidence. And that'll be had, right? Last year was probably, I think it was her first time playing starter full-time varsity minutes. Now here in year 2 as a junior, I think, yeah, she looks really good. Really impressed with what she's done so far this half.
Middleton. Hubble. Another freshman into the game. Terrell is going to get inside. She's going to get called for a travel. Another Bucyrus turnover, and unforced errors are just absolutely shooting themselves in the foot right now.
Yeah, just trying to make a play. You know what I mean? She's trying to make a play. She's trying to create a spark for Bucyrus. Just maybe just a little bit too much there. Kind of got her feet tangled up.
A great effort there by Stang. Ends up in the hands of Middleton. Middleton and Stang do a great job there kind of converging in that corner, forcing that turnover. Middleton with it now. You have 2 sophomores, 2 freshmen, and a senior on the floor right now for the Lady Red. Kimmel to Middleton in the corner. Hubble. Nothing doing. She gets it, tries to get it back to Middleton. It'll go off of Romick as Shaw checks back in, replacing Kimmel. But again, you see the youth in all of their lineups.
Yeah, and I don't know if Upper's doing this by design or defenders just happen to be close to one another that they went and trapped it. But it seems that anytime the ball gets into the corners, they're bringing that top defender down to kind of double there, and they're kind of baiting Upper Sandusky to throw it there.
Well, and one thing you'll notice too, and again, it's something that I've noticed watching them this year, when they run this zone, which they run very, very well. Shaw has it for Bucyrus. What they do is when the ball gets inside of that logo, they're bringing that bottom side zone up to trap, and their rotation is just tremendous. As Romick gets the turnover, unable to finish, but another offensive rebound. But a great job there by Shaw to force the turnover. Again, Bucyrus doing a great job defensively of forcing turnovers. Middleton has it now, as Roland and Walton both at the scores table getting ready to check back in. Almost a turnover. Hubble gets it to Stang. Middleton, Hubble in the corner. Not really a spot you want to be against this zone in that corner. Finds Middleton somehow, and it'll be a foul on Rulin. That backside baseline against the zone is where they've been trying to get the ball.
Yeah, they keep, like I said, they keep burying themselves to the corner. I would like to see them try to find a way, kind of like the boys did last night, trying to find a way to get it to the high post, keep the ball in the center of the floor. It gives you a little bit more options. I mean, if you bury yourself in a corner, you can only kind of play one direction.
Yeah, we seen it last night with the boys. Dylan Kaple did a great job catching it in that high post. Little spin move, found the open guy. Roland's going to hoist a 3 ball, nothing at all doing there, and it'll be Upper Sandusky basketball. But one of those things, get it to the high post, get it to somebody, put Roland, with her vision, put Roland in the high post, let her either get to the basket or find the open player, because that zone's got to collapse on that high post.
Yep, exactly. I mean, you're kind of mirroring my thoughts.
Walton misses the lefty layup.
You're right. Now that you said it, I can't unsee it. She really likes to get to her left hand, or at least finish with her left hand. Grace Walton, that is.
Yes, it's one of those things where at the high school level, you don't see very many boys or girls on either side that are right-handed, but they're this comfortable with their left.
Yep.
She's so comfortable finishing with either hand, and that's a huge plus.
Well, that's what separates her.
Yes.
You know what I mean? There's a reason she was Player of the Year last year as a junior, because, like you had just said, not very many kids can do that, and she does it with confidence, and like she prefers to go that way. Oh, good take there by Middleton.
Middleton's going to get one to go down as it goes to 31-7, as we're at about 1:25 left here in the quarter. Almost a carry there by Grace. She wanted to feed the post.
Yeah, and then at the last second, it kind of closed up.
Cundiff down to Grace. Grace keeps her dribble, and she loses that one. Not something you see Grace do very often is an unforced turnover. Lost her dribble a little bit. Her head went straight down. That one frustrated her.
Yeah, her mind was just moving a little bit too fast. She had about 6 different things she wanted to do with the basketball, but just forgot to take the ball with her.
Middleton with it now for Bucyrus. Another bucket here would be huge for the Lady Red.
Splits the defense.
And again, there's Roland. That's what we were saying. Get her into the high post. Let her make a play. Clark's going to get the board and finish it. But Middleton slipped down behind that zone.
Yep.
Roland found her. And again, McCreary's going to hoist. Nothing doing there. Rebounded by Terrell. Roland again. She tried to get to Clark a little bit too strong on the pass, but that's court vision again.
Yep. I'd rather see that. You know, you're trying to be aggressive. She's put herself in good position. I don't know if the camera saw it, but Ellie Ham had an unbelievable box out down here.
She absolutely did, yes.
Put Middleton kind of out into the mat. Everything was clean about it, but a really good box out there.
Grace Walton with it now for the Lady Rams. Romick. Newman in the corner. Ham. Gottfried. Grace. How about that one? That one was from a couple steps behind the line, and it was absolute butter. 34-9, Upper Sandusky leads. As Clark's going to hoist one, nothing doing, and that's going to do it for the first half. We're going to take a break. We'll come back for halftime analysis and some stats and a breakdown on what Bucyrus is going to have to do to come back here in the second half. Join us after this break.
Hi, I'm Joe Baylog. Tune into The Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the OH Report.
Trust our experienced team for seamless program management. Wide garment selections for various industries. Kimmel Corporation offers top quality products and services at the best value. Rent or buy with confidence. Kimmel Corporation is the company for you.
First Federal Community Bank is excited to offer the Ohio Home Buyers Plus program. And it's meant to offer an above market interest rate to help the potential home buyer in their journey towards home ownership.
We've got great rates, especially for first-time home buyers. Here at First Federal Community Bank, we are here to make the home buying experience smooth and stress-free.
As a community bank, we're excited to offer this account to help fulfill the dream of owning a home. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
wake 'em up.
They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up.
You've been playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up.
Playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up.
So it's time to make a change. Yeah, it's time to break the chains. Yeah, it's time to bring the pain. Let them know, tell them we are not the same. I'm the one that got the flames. With my team, as you know, we come to slay. Let them know that we didn't come to play. Nah, we came to win. I'm ready for anything that they can bring. Bring it on, let me do my thing. I'm a giant, they can move the king. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go. You gotta give it all you got, you gotta let them know. You are on another level, you are ruthless. Switch it up, it's the new flex. Ruthless, ruthless.
Time to go hard and put your game face on.
Ruthless, ruthless.
This is the moment movies get based on.
This is the moment movies get based on. Fire in the bones, watch me fire out the songs. Let it burn 'em, burn 'em, burn 'em. Got the fire in the bones. Our desires, they become who we are. We go hard, giving up, no we're not. Yeah, the first step is showing up. Now we're here, blowing up. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go. You gotta give it all you got, you gotta let them know. You are on another level, you are ruthless. Switch it up, it's the new flex. Ruthless, ruthless. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go.
Back inside the mountaintop, Josh Banks alongside Abraham, Kaple in what was a Upper Sandusky dominated first half, 34-9, your halftime score. But again, it's one of those things where Bucyrus is 4 of 19 from the field. They've only committed 9 turnovers.
Yeah, I mean, when we told me those stats, I mean, 9 turnovers, right? You're on pace for 8. That's not terrible.
No.
It's not. And especially with the variety of defenses that Upper Sandusky has shown you, it comes down to just got to make the easy ones, right?
You gotta make the easy ones, and you gotta get some stops. You mentioned it. Girls are a lot like the boys. They get it out of the rim, whether it's a made shot or a miss. They're looking to get down the floor as quick as they can, and they want a layup.
No, for sure. Upper Sandusky's doing a really good job of playing with pace. And, you know, like I said, Coach Siebert's done a really good job to put Bucyrus in the best position possible. He can't make the layups for him, though. You know what I mean? And we kind of talked about 5-6, point blank at the rim. You know, let's say you make those. Right now it's 21-34. Now you're down 13, and this is manageable versus you didn't make those, and it's 25, and now this comeback seems a little bit more daunting, right?
One of those things is we've got Daniel Stotts out there cheering for the Lady Reds, Sandy Ham, a staple in our Upper Sandusky community, cheering on the Lady Rams, as well as Trent Arter, as Bucyrus again going to miss their first shot of quarter number 3. 34-9 our score.
But that's okay. I like them getting the ball to the high post. I like, you know, her ability to square up.
Yep.
I'm drawing a blank on
Clark,
her name here.
33,
yeah,
Savannah Clark.
She's a freshman, but, you know, good poise, squared up. Oh, good cut there.
Garvin's going to cause the tie-up. It'll stay with Upper Sandusky. But, again, you've got every starter on the floor for Upper Sandusky has scored except for Riley McCreary. And on the flip side of things for Bucyrus, you've only got 2 girls with points. Middleton's got 5. Savannah Clark's got 4. Walton with 11 herself.
Yeah, and there's another 3 from her, so now she's got 14.
One of her higher outputs of the year so far for Grace.
Good touch there again, though, by Bucyrus, getting it to the high post.
But there's Grace getting another poke away.
Yeah, she has such active hands. Like, her IQ is –
she's going to hoist another one. Grace Walton is feeling it, folks.
Yeah.
She's up to 17, and it is now 40-9 Upper Sandusky.
And yesterday when I was texting Coach Vent, he had said, he goes, you know, Grace was 0 for 8, or either her last game or her last 2 games from 3. And I told him, I said, listen, man, all she needs is 1. And shooters don't have bad games consecutively. And she's a great shooter. And like you said, she's kind of caught fire here early in the second half.
42-9.
And this isn't the start you wanted from Bucyrus.
No, it is not. That's a quick 8-0 run.
Yeah, and you know, Walton makes 2 tough shots, and that kind of deflates your sail a little bit. And then you have an unforced, or I'll call it a bad turnover here, and then Newman gets a breakaway layup, and it's tough when you have that young team and hey, I guarded pretty well. Grace Walton, probably the best player in the league. She's gonna make tough shots, and you got to live with that. You know what I mean? Like, she's a good player. She's a good player for a reason. That doesn't mean you played bad defense, but you can't let it compound and then turn it over at the other end.
Again, last year's N10 Player of the Year, and absolutely making a case to repeat again this year as that Player of the Year, as she's top 5 in scoring, assists. She leads the league in steals. She shoots it at a high percentage, and she rebounds it pretty well, too, for her size. So 42-9 our score as we are at the 6-minute mark here in quarter number 3, rolling with it for Bucyrus. Really a bright spot for them is Melina Rowland. Gets it to Middleton. Great pass to Clark, and Newman's going to get called for the foul there. Clark will step to the line to shoot 2. Addie Newman's going to pick up her first.
Good patience there, though, by Middleton in that trap. I mean, she just kind of pivoted, used her footwork, kept her elbows out, was strong with the basketball, and eventually kind of found a Savannah Clark cutting to the basket, draws the foul. We're back at the free throw line.
And one thing that I've noticed with Bucyrus is Clark's going to knock down the first. A very nice-looking free throw stroke from the big.
Well, here's a big thing, too, Josh, is, 32 is going to be tough. But, Bucyrus is scoring points now with the clock stopped, right? So
gets the shooter's touch. 42-11 now. One thing I've noticed that I really like about the Lady Red, though, is their patience. They find the open player. Again, we talked about it in the first half. They're really getting the open looks that they want. That's great defense by Middleton. It's going to be a kick ball. Oh, no, Coach Vince going to get a 30-second timeout there before the kick ball.
Yeah, he didn't like something there. I like the action that they were kind of running. I don't know if we saw on live play, but they went back screen, flare screen with Grace Walton as the screener both times. And a lot of times, really good teams, you kind of look back to the NBA a little bit, like your best shooter is your best screener, right?
Yes.
I remember hearing the thing about Klay Thompson.
Yep.
That he got so many shots because he was a great screener. And if you set good screens, your defender has to help, which then gets you actions after you set the screen. So I liked what they were doing there. But obviously Coach Vent didn't with that timeout. But I kind of saw something develop in there as they were using Grace Walton as a screener.
Cundiff's going to get it into Ham to Newman.
Oh, so
they're going to go right back to it again, but Ham's going to hoist a 3 this time. Ellie, nothing doing. McCreary with a box out, but it's pulled in by Garvin.
But you see, because Grace has made 2 threes in a row, Bucyrus' attention is there, and now all of a sudden I use her as a screener, and Ellie Ham gets a wide-open look off a flare screen because of that. So,
absolutely.
I mean, that's 100% intentional.
As Rowland kind of throws a little bit of a lazy pass there, gets it to Grace. Grace going to step into one. That's a heat check right there for Grace Walton.
That's crazy. That's crazy. She a one-on-one fast break, and she pulls up. That's absolutely a heat check. She deserved it.
Scholl with it now, looking to get it into Clark. Grace Walton with the pressure defense. Again, the active hands and just the quick feet as she's going to get another poke away. I want to say her
How
fifth
many steals?
steal.
Yeah,
5 or 6 at this point. McCreary with it now. She's the only one that hasn't scored yet, and now every starter in the game for the Upper Sandusky Lady Rams have points on the board. Eerily similar, again, to what we seen last night with the boys as everybody's getting buckets. Ham does a great job of going straight up. Middleton's going to get an offensive rebound, though. She's going to go to the line for 2, and that's just that extra effort. That's the hustle plays. That's something Bucyrus has won most of the 50-50 balls in this game. They're just still trying to find the bottom of the net.
Yeah, and And I like Middleton's aggressiveness there to be like, hey, they're on a little bit of a run. I'm going to be a senior here. I'm going to be a 4-year letter winner, and I'm going to go try to get something to generate. And, she finds herself at the free throw line after, with a second chance opportunity because she got that offensive rebound.
Stang and Kimmel come back in for Bucyrus, and then you got Rulin, Gottfried, Romick in for Upper Sandusky as Newman and Walton, the only 2 starters left on the floor. Middleton knocks down the second. Marissa up to 6, so her and Savannah Clark with 6 points apiece. Grace has it now, guarded by Kimmel. Newman, how about the screen? Grace Walton's got 2 more.
It's just
give and go.
Yeah, a little back screen there. They're running that chin action still. Back screen, the flare screen was going to happen, but there's multiple options out of that offense and out of that looks, and Newman found the first one. An easy, well, of course, Grace Walton on her left hand.
Staying with it now. Grace almost come up with another one inside.
Good
Garvin. It'll stay with Bucyrus. As Clayball will check in, replacing Grace Walton. I would almost assume that might be the end of the quarter for Grace. That's 46-12. Rowland gets it in the corner to Middleton. Back to Molina. Back to Middleton, gets it down low to Kimmel. Kimmel, a little turnaround, nothing doing. Romick with the rebound, looking to run out. Great little hesitation, gets it to Gottfried. She's going to look to get all the way inside. She's going to get fouled by Garvin.
Really good job there by Rulin. She could have forced that right-handed layup. Played off 2 feet, right? Didn't have it. Kicks it out. Who's at the line here? Is it Gottfried?
That is Gottfried at the line.
Yeah, listen, she had a strong left-hand drive, but, again, that's well coaching. I turned down a good shot to get a great shot. More so she's at the free throw line. She drew the foul, but really unselfish play that, doesn't show up in the box score, but because of, the decision that Rulin made, gets her teammate 2 easy free throws. So
Butchko's going to check back in as Gottfried's going to knock them both down. That makes it 48-12. That is now going to affect the running clock here in Ohio high school basketball.
Yeah, remind me of that. It's after 35.
35 at half, and they got to get it under 30 for it to go back to regular play.
Got it. Okay, under 30.
As now you're going to have Butchko stepping to the line. Her dad, Lillian's dad, they're new to Bucyrus. Her dad took over the football program last year, maybe 2 years ago.
Okay.
Got a bunch of family watching out there from, I want to say, southern Ohio, maybe up north. Don't quite remember.
Those are 2 opposite directions, John.
Hey, we get so much information in this type of business, we don't remember where it's from.
They could be anywhere east, west, north, or south.
They're somewhere.
Ohio.
They're somewhere. But they are definitely tuning in. Dad asked me last night if I'd give the family a shout-out. So
awesome.
Shout out to the Butchko family for hanging out with us. As she knocks down both free throws.
Both of those looked really good.
Yes. A sophomore, again, youth.
Yeah, for sure. And I like Rowland. I wish Middleton was a year young. Oh, those are both seniors, Middleton and Rowland.
Yeah, they're both seniors. That's their 2 seniors. Cundiff poked away. Again, there's Middleton with the defense. Marissa gets the steal. Looking to run. Gets it to Butchko. Back to Marissa. Rowland wants it at that high post. She's sitting there. Gets it to Lillian in the corner. Tried to get to Rowland in that high post. Great defense by Cundiff. Gets it to Kimmel again, back to Middleton, and just patience, not forcing anything. That's a good feed. Middleton with a good feed trying to get it to Rowland, but there's Gottfried on the help side, not allowing the easy catch. 48-14 our score. Rowland. Kimmel. Extra pass to Butchko. Lillian. Back to Rowland. She's going to hoist one. Nothing doing. Hustle. The hustle by Kimmel leads to another possession. Marissa Middleton's got it now for the Lady Red. And again, hustle points and second effort, second chance. The Lady Red have won all afternoon. They just haven't been able to find the net.
Yeah, Marissa Middleton is, I mean, she's probably got 4 or 5 offensive rebounds.
As that's down and out.
Yeah. Oh.
Goes off of the official. It'll be Upper Sandusky ball. Rulin brings it up the floor. Gives it to Cundiff. A little give and go type hesitation.
Not sure how that really happened, but she ended up with a wide open right hand layup. Just wasn't able to convert.
As we're inside of 60 seconds, we're at the 50-second mark, and that's going to be a Bucyrus turnover. As Peyton Kurtz will check into the game. She's listed at 6 foot as a sophomore, and she's developing. I've seen her play last year as a freshman at the JV level. Doesn't get a lot of varsity minutes. She's a young sophomore that's still trying to develop, and it's one of those situations where, again, you learn as Romick's going to hoist one. Nothing doing there. Kurtz fighting for the rebound. These, even at the boys' side of things, as a 15, 16-year-old kid, they're growing into their size. As that's going to end the third quarter. Your score, Upper Sandusky 48, Bucyrus 14. We'll be back for the third quarter after this timeout.
Hi, I'm Joe Baylog. Tune into the Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the OH.REPORT.
First Federal Community Bank is excited to be entering its second year of media sponsorship for local nonprofits.
We've partnered with Crawford County Now to offer nonprofits a podcast and a radio spot.
First Federal Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. Playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. So it's time to make a change. Yeah, it's time to break the chains. Yeah, it's time to bring the pain. Let them know, tell them we are not the same. I'm the one that got the flames. With my team, but you know we come to slay. Let them know that we didn't come to play. Nah, we came to.
Back inside the mountaintop, Josh Banks alongside Abraham Kaple, 48-14 as we enter fourth quarter action. Again, it'll be with a running clock. Bucyrus with possession. Middleton has it, gets it to Kimmel. Again, a lot of youth on the floor right now as you've got Kimmel, you've got Butchko. Great move by Butchko, unable to finish. 2 sophomores, a senior, and 2 freshmen on the floor for Bucyrus. Ruling with it. This is going to be a jump ball. It'll stay with Upper Sandusky. But the hustle, the effort, the active hands have been there all afternoon for the Lady Red and on the other side for the Lady Rams.
And here's the thing, too. Talking more so Upper Sandusky, it hasn't just been one kid.
Nope.
Like, it's all of them. They're all active hands. They're very disciplined.
As Ruling with a great take. Tried to get it out to Godfried. She wasn't there, but she did hustle back. Keeps possession. Gets it to Romick. Back to Erica. In the corner, that's clay ball. Ruland looking to go to work in the post. Great ball fake. Almost had an up and under. She almost could have went to the left there. Godfried. Romick in the corner, knocks it down. Ava Romick's got her second triple of the evening.
Yeah, just a sophomore here. I like Coach Vent's doing. Obviously, you know that Newman and Walton graduate after this year. You know, this game is all but over. So to let these underclassmen kind of play, get a full quarter of varsity time, because this is what your future is. Right?
Yes.
This is your team next year, the year after, things like that. So
we're going to have a foul again. That's 2 quick fouls on Upper Sandusky. This one's going to go on clay ball.
Yeah. And if you're Bucyrus, you know, you go into this quarter and you just got to have, like, mini goals, right? Here's our goal. We want to score 12 points this quarter. We want to have less than 3 turnovers, whatever that is. Have many milestones that are achievable to take with you into your next game, right?
Yes.
Leave this with some positives. and then kind of build from there. And I'm sure, Coach Siebert is preaching that message in between quarters and timeouts right now.
As Kimmel splits the pair, 51-15 our scores. We're already at the 5-minute mark due to the running clock. Clay ball to Ruland. Like to see Kurtz get a touchdown down in the post at some point. Double screen, just great job. Screens and just finding the open players. That's going to be Godfried in the corner. No good. Rebounded by the Lady Red. Middleton with it. Marissa to Hubble. Coach Siebert's going to take a quick timeout. It'll be a 30, and that's just to avoid the turnover as they were super close to a backcourt. 51-15 our score. Grace Walton leads all scorers with 17 on the evening. But it's been a balanced effort by the Lady Rams where everybody has scored except for Clayball and Peyton Kurtz, who both just recently checked into the game. Other than that, everybody that's seen the floor for Upper Sandusky has a point on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and it's kind of coming in waves, right? Ellie Ham had a little stretch by herself, and then, Addie Newman had a couple forced turnovers, finish in transition. Grace Walton had her 8-9-0 run by herself. Romick hit a couple threes. So like you said, it's Grace on the scoreboard, obviously is the leading scorer with 17-19, but it has been balanced, and it's kind of come in waves, which, that's a sign of a really good team, and that's tough for Bucyrus, especially when points come at a premium on their end.
Middleton with it now. Again, rolling in that high post, looking for it. She'll get it to Hubble. To Roland. Great.
Ooh,
and that's the vision that Roland has that we've been talking about all evening
She
long.
was looking at the sideline and threw it the other way. It was a great pass.
Looking for another one, nothing doing. Follows her shot. It'll be a Bucyrus rebound, though.
Listen, Roland's a hooper.
She absolutely is. Middleton's going to get all the way inside. They're going to call a foul. It'll be on the floor.
She's done a good job of this half of being more aggressive.
She absolutely has, as Kurtz will check back in.
There's a stat that is often overlooked, and obviously we don't have it in front of us because we don't have media, but fouls drawn, right, is a stat. And I bet you Middleton probably has 5 fouls drawn, and that's a sign of a tough guard. I mean, that's a stat that you want to have a high number in, and she's done a really good job of that. Here's another one. Oh, it should have been.
Offensive rebound, though, almost taken in by Terrell. Instead, Upper Sandusky looking to run. Godfried in the corner. That's Clayball. Gets it to Kurtz up top. To Ruland. Again, the youth on the floor right now for both of these teams. Ruland, Kurtz, Clayball. And that's about the only shot that they're going to take if you're Upper Sandusky, as Ruland's going to get herself 2. She's up to 4, and that's all you want if you're Coach Vint. Run your offense, get an open layup.
Yep, and they're doing a really good job. They're running the same action that they've scored on multiple times with, that a dribble handoff on the left side of the floor, ball reversal, back screen at the high post, and you call it a shuffle cut, back screen, whatever, but they're getting countless layups there just by, like you said, just running their offense. And, Coach Vint's message is, hey, I want nothing but layups, and they're doing a really good job of that. And kudos to, having your bench kids being able to come in and execute like that too.
As Garvin's going to get one to roll in.
Yeah, tough left-handed finish there.
For the lefty.
Okay.
As that's Hesse into the game now for Upper Sandusky, another freshman, and a great cut, just unable to finish. And that's just what they've run. That's the action they've run all day long. Garvin with it. Gets all the way inside. Reese Garvin, she's going to go to the line for 2 as we're at 2 minutes left here in quarter number 4. 53-17 our score. 20 of you out here in Facebook land watching us, along with 17 on YouTube.
How many did you say?
40 people total.
Let's go. Shout out you 40. We appreciate it.
We appreciate everybody that watches us. It's why we do what we do, for the people that are out there that, hey, there are some times where I'd rather sit in my house cozy up with some hot chocolate and a blanket and watch basketball. Unfortunately, I'm here for everybody. Upper Sandusky with it. Kurtz to Hesse. There's Kurtz. There's the layup. Peyton Kurtz has her first 2.
And you said she's just a sophomore.
She's a sophomore.
Listen, as she continues to grow and, gain more confidence the more time she's on the floor.
Addison Weber with it now. They're going to call a foul.
She could do a lot of good things for them.
They're going to call that on clay ball. Again, that's going to be her 4th. Early 4. Quick 4 fouls for clay ball. She hasn't been in the game very long. She's already got 4.
That's all right. You can't take them home with you.
Can't take it home with you. And, hey, why not be aggressive? If you're on the floor, earn your time.
Yeah, it might have been a little phantom. It might have been a foul call to get a substitution in, but nonetheless, she can't believe it.
As Weber steps to the line, again, just a sophomore for Bucyrus. First one's up, just short. As we got 15 seconds left here in quarter number 4, so this free throw will go through. And Upper Sandusky will inbound it, and that will do it for the afternoon. 55-17 your score. Upper Sandusky takes care of Bucyrus. Hey, we'll be back for our MVP interview and post-game conversation after this commercial break.
Hi, I'm Joe Baylog. Tune into The Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the OH Report.
Trust our experienced team for seamless program management. Wide garment selections for various industries. Kimmel Corporation offers top quality products and services at the best value. Rent or buy with confidence. Kimmel Corporation is the company for you.
First Federal Community Bank is excited to offer the Ohio Home Buyers Plus program. And it's meant to offer an above market interest rate to help the potential home buyer in their journey towards home ownership.
We've got great rates, especially for first-time home buyers. Here at First Federal Community Bank, we are here to make the home buying experience smooth and stress-free.
As a community bank, we're excited to offer this account to help fulfill the dream of owning a home. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Think it's time to wake him up. They've been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake him up. You've been playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. Playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. So it's time to make a change. Yeah, it's time to break the chains. Yeah, it's time to bring the pain. Let them know, tell them we are not the same. I'm the one that got the flames. With my team, as you know, we come to slay. Let them know that we didn't come to play. Nah, we came to win. I'm ready for anything that they can bring. Bring it on, let me do my thing. Yeah, the first step is showing up. Now we're here blowing up. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go. You gotta give it all you got, you gotta let them know. You are on another level, you are ruthless. Switch it up, it's the new flex. Ruthless, ruthless. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go.
Josh Banks back here with our Quest Federal Credit Union MVP senior for the Upper Sandusky Rams. The first time we've had her on this year, Grace Walton. Huge win for you guys to stay in N10 contention. What's it feel like to get this conference win and get yourselves back rolling after a tough loss you suffered a couple games ago to Shelby?
This is actually, we went out there and we did exactly what we wanted to do. And that's exactly what Coach said in the pregame. He said he wanted to get, some of the JV girls or some of the girls on the bench, he said he wanted to get them a lot of playing time, and especially in the fourth quarter. So I think, obviously we did a good job of that. They all got in.
You finished tonight 19 points, 3 threes. I put in you had 5 steals. I'm pretty sure you had more than that. Defensively, you lead the league in steals. You have such active hands. Where does the I'll say energy come from? Because you're running around like a mad woman on offense trying to get open, and then you're still one of the most active players defensively. What's that? Do you enjoy defense that much?
I love defense, yeah. Well, actually, it really just depends on the officiating. It depends on if they're, let me play or not. But, yeah, most of the time. That's why I get in foul trouble a lot because, I don't know. I like to be active, I guess.
Active, aggressive, it's all the same thing. You said yourself as we were walking up here, this is probably your best game offensively that you've had all year. How much extra work have you had to put in just because of your struggles? I want to say the last 2 games that I've been at, you've been like 0 for 8 from 3.
Thanks.
Tonight you're 3 of 5, 3 of 6. You shoot kind of a pull-up that Abraham was just talking to you about. Like, that was one of the craziest shots we've seen. That was definitely a heat check for you.
Yeah, it was.
What have you attested that to? How much extra work has it taken you over the season to get back to where you're comfortable?
It was kind of tough for me at the beginning of the season. Coach Vent and Coach Dival, they do a lot of stuff in the off season. A lot of there's a lot of opportunities to come in and shoot, which is, it's really nice to be able to come and do that. And the other girls, I'll just ask Ava, hey, do you want to come and shoot today? And we do. So it's, I would say I credit that.
So let's talk about that youth. Ava comes in, she knocks down a couple threes. Erica does a great job. What's it like for you as one of the senior leaders on this team to know that, hey, this is your last year playing for Upper Sandusky, but you're helping these girls get to the point to where, hey, next year you're going to be able to hand it off to them and it's going to be in good hands?
I'm really, I think I'm seeing a lot of positive things with them, and I'm honestly really impressed with Ava and Erica and Abby especially. And Riley too, but Riley got a little bit of experience last year, but none of them really have very much varsity experience, and I think they're playing really well this year and doing a lot of what we need them to do. So.
All right, we'll let you get out of here on a Saturday afternoon and go celebrate with your teammates, with your family. First thing, last thing you got to do, go ahead and give your shout-outs.
Shout out to my mom and my mom's assistant today for coming because they come to all my games and they're really supportive.
All right, that's our Quest Federal Credit Union MVP senior Grace Walton. Congratulations on the win and good luck the rest of the year.
Trust our experienced team for seamless program management. Wide garment selections for various industries. Kimmel Corporation offers top quality products and services at the best value. Rent or buy with confidence. Kimmel Corporation is the company for you.
They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing it safe,
Josh Banks back inside the Mountaintop Upper Sandusky, Ohio for our first Federal Community Bank post-game show where you just watched it live and free. Upper Sandusky takes care of Bucyrus 55-17. Grace Walton, our MVP, had 19. A balanced attack and a show of depth that Upper Sandusky has as the second half of this N10 season gets ready to start.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with them to, play 8, 9, 10 kids and not really have a drop-off, right? You can obviously Walton is kind of your glue, but listen, there's a lot of kids that can plug and play, and they do a lot of things really well. They run their offense well, they defend, they're scrappy. Really impressed with what I saw today from Upper Sandusky.
Well, I think that's one of the big things that we did notice today is you can go 10 deep. As I want to say, we've seen 11 girls check into the game for Upper Sandusky today. And sometimes you see at the boys and the girls level, you know this again from coaching it, when you get into those younger girls, you kind of have to change what you're running to where they're comfortable. There was nothing that had to be changed today.
No, none at all. They subbed and didn't miss a beat and nothing changed, and there was a lot of fluidity with what they ran. Yeah, so kudos to them for, building from the top all the way down and having that consistency when you substitute.
On the flip side of things, I feel like we're having the same conversation today that we had last night for Bucyrus.
Sure.
The talent's there. They kept up with Upper Sandusky in shots. They forced just as many turnovers. They did everything right. They just couldn't take the lid off the basket, and that's why they only had 17 points. They were 4 of 19 at the half, and that didn't improve any in the second half.
Yeah, and there's some bright spots, right? They did some things well. They executed at times. It's just, to get into the film room and to highlight those and be like, hey, this is what we did well. When you're in a situation and you don't have a win and you're kind of seeking that first one, is you really got to emphasize the things that you're doing well. And there was glimpses of that. There was periods of 3 or 4 minutes where they did things well. It's like, hey, I got to show them this. This is what we got to focus on, and we just got to do this for 8 minutes at a time, 16 minutes at a time until you work your way up to a 32-minute complete game. But you're right. With Middleton and with Roland, there's some pieces there. The freshman, Clark, I like her. Like, there's potential there. It's just a matter of, kind of fine-tuning some things, being able to make some shots. Again, easier said than done, but making easy ones I think is important. And that's probably what Coach Siebert is stressing.
And again, we looked at their schedule, some winnable games. They're going to go on January 3rd. They'll get Cary. At home. They're going to be here against Riverdale on the 3rd. I'll be here for that one. So that's going to be a test for Upper Sandusky. Riverdale, always one of those teams. They're a good squad. They build a good program. It'll be interesting to see how Upper Sandusky transitions to play that game. But for Upper Sandusky, we talked about it. They're going to be one of the better teams potentially in their region.
Sure, in the district, yeah.
And Bucyrus is going to be one of those teams. Hey, listen, if they figure it out offensively, they could be a dangerous team. And one of those teams, kind of, you see that one team every year where, hey, their record's not the best, but they find it at the right time, and they run off maybe a tournament win, maybe get to a sectional championship, maybe pull off an upset there. They've got the talent, they've got the ability. They just got to figure out a way to put it in the hoop.
Yep. And like you said, it's just a matter of, continuing to get better every day, every practice, every game. And getting hot at the right time, right? Bucyrus isn't going to win the league. They're probably already mathematically eliminated, but you do have a situation to where you can kind of play the spoiler later on in the year. Maybe you steal a game and you knock somebody off, from winning the league championship who's in contention to win that race, or you have an upset bid in the sectional or the district, whatever the case may be, and that's got to be your mindset and your goal is, hey, we're going to play spoiler. And we're going to try to continue to get better every day and put a foot forward every time we step on the floor.
They did that just a few years ago when they upset Colonel Crawford at Alex Kish. When Crawford, I want to say at the time, was undefeated. They beat them by 2. So they have played spoiler before, and they get Upper again at Bucyrus. They get Colonel Crawford again at Bucyrus. A lot of bright spots for the Lady Red, but a dominating performance today by Upper Sandusky. Final thoughts from you, Abrham?
Listen, I'm almost going to echo what we said last night after the boys game. Upper Sandusky, really fun to watch. They got a lot to build on. And Bucyrus, too, has the pieces. It's just, what you said. A lot of youth just got to be able to put things together and continue to trend in the right direction. But, a good game here this afternoon. Glad to be back on the call. Glad to have, the 40 listeners that we did have. And, wishing everybody a happy new year and go Irish.
All right, so we're going to give a shout out to our sponsors real quick. Wilson Tire Company, Chris.DARIS, Edward Jones Financial, First Federal Community Bank, Quest Federal Credit Union, Burkhart Farm Center, Home and Kitchen Supply, and Kimmel Corporation. Without those amazing sponsors, we wouldn't be able to bring you live and free hoops. For my camera guy, Brandon Powell, my color guy, Abrham Kaple, I'm Josh Banks. Hey, again, I'll reiterate what he just said. Everybody have a safe and happy new year, and I'll see you all on January 3rd.